Testing one, two, three. Testing one. Testing one, two, three. How loud do I got to talk to be heard? That is the question. And does the microphone help or hinder the situation? Okay, so hang on just a second. Oops. Microphone. Let's see if the microphone fit into its slot and if it will help or hinder the situation. There we go. Has that helped the situation at all or not? Let's see. Is it turned on at all? Let's see. Is the microphone turned on? And do I have to talk any louder than this now? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. I know this is all boring. Sorry. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you. Don't mind me. I'm just said testing, or I've never actually done this before. I didn't even think I'd find anybody on here. Okay, but thank you for letting me know that. So I've got absolutely nothing. What I want to do later on is there's a guy by the name of Magog, and every Monday night they have a live stream, and I was thinking on trying out for that, but I've never live streamed before, so I've got no idea what I'm doing, and it's all improv stuff, and I just wanted to make sure that I had a nice neutral background and that I had enough of a setup with a laptop that I could get it done without any major problems. So, but and since I'm totally inexperienced, I don't even know why I'm trying this. So, let's see. But thank you for for the laptop. I guess it's okay. So, probably push that over to the side a little bit more. And I see the bar down here that tells me that I've got 1, 2, 3 pegs, depending on how loud I'm talking. So, and for the 2 whole people who are here, welcome. I wasn't expecting anyone to actually show up, but hi. Boy, you all must really be bored to listen to a fat guy in the middle of the night. So, who's just thought that he was going to try this out and real quick and then go on to bed and forget about the day. So, but who knows? If I'm crazy enough, I might try to script out some stuff and so. But past that, I have nothing to add, and my brain has gone blank at the moment. But for what it's worth, I'm looking up at my pictures that I have across the wall here, which I've gotten at every furry convention that I've ever been to. And the one directly in front of me is actually the North's tree of the different realms. And I was given the story of the little squirrel that can go up and down the tree. And she's the main character in that picture. So, let's see. Then we've got a nice Nordic owl picture over here. Basically, it's just the outline of an owl, but with a lot of the Nordic Celtic lines going through it. It's a very magical kind of look about it. I guess that's why I picked it up. And you would think that I would have a North's ideology or mindset, but I really don't think I do. I think I'm just more or less kind of Scottish, Irish sort of mindset, which I guess is also a Celtic sort of thing. A little bit of a brony. I'm not, I mean, yeah. I will say Luna is best princess. And in fact, I've got a Luna plushie just over in my plushie pile. But what can I say? That's just me. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Let's see. I've got my third picture over on the wall is actually a baker who is a dragon, which is only fair considering that I'm a baker by trade, though I don't think I'm a quote unquote dragon personality or whatever. I don't even know what dragon personality is. Season. No, I really don't watch TV. I more or less read books and I go online to be entertained. So that's really about, if I find a DVD or something like that that I'm interested in, I'll do that. So let's see. Going back to my pictures, the last one was actually a commission of an early character that I wanted to do, which was a take on the Red Baron, which is a fox in a World War One pilot uniform. I never know why I never did that one all the way through. And then the last one was just a generic one called Asian Blue, and it's just a pretty picture. I don't know why that's so important. So, let's see. Now I ate up almost 7 minutes of this thing so far, and I guess no monetary strikes so far. Like I said, I was just kind of knocking around, playing about, and all that kind of stuff. It seems like streaming is going to be the next big thing in entertainment and all that kind of stuff. So, what I really like about that, though, is that now it's not the big studios don't control everything now. I think that's a great thing. I think I always did like independent movies. I always did like independent art, and I think that's really important that that people have an outlet to be creative. Now, I will admit that means the quality is crap on a lot of them, but then again, that's because people don't have the budget to make big blockbuster movies or big blockbuster television shows or whatever else. But as long as the passion is there, I think it's very, good for YouTube, Google, and all that kind of stuff. Now, I see where everybody's trying to become a news broadcaster, and I don't think people are really very good at being news broadcasters as much as they're just blurting out their opinion on things, which I'm also very good at. I am a most excellent individual at blurting out my opinions when I don't know what the devil I'm talking about. At least like to think I'm open about being that idiot. So that's just the way I see things. And apparently a lot of people decide to come in the chat because I've lost the little side scroller thing over here. So, but I guess I've only got 2 people. So if y'all want to get crazy about talking about things, I can just don't see you. There we go. Have you played? No, I don't. Like I said, I read and that kind of stuff. I don't do video games. I mean, basically my life is I work and then I come home and kind of relax, and that's. But I also do my, I guess what you'd call hobbies, and only one of them really pays, where I'm a studio engineer for WFTM, where I do basketball and football games while somebody else is commentating. I get to press the buttons. I like pressing the buttons. That's my thing. And I get to turn the dials. So that's always what makes you want to type that as a description? I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see. Let's see. What else can we talk about here real quick? Let's see. Getting back to my quote-unquote hobbies, and also the one thing that I'm kind of getting rather proud of right now is my volunteer status with the Coast Guard. I'm in the Coast Guard Auxiliary, Oh, well, that's for some reasons a default. We have a little pony. Her name's Nellie Bell. Well, she's not a little thing anymore. She's getting up in age, and she just likes rolling around in the grass. But I like put a video up of Nellie Bell rolling around in the grass one day, and every time I upload a video or do anything, the automatic title comes "Little Horse Rolls Around in the Grass." And, well, Nellie Bell's always been adorable. She's a little bit aloof, I guess is the best way to put it. But she's just a nice little pony. She has her son with her, Stormy Peachnose. Of course, he has that fiery temper, but he's also got like that big, huge peach nose on the end there, and it's always snuggling around on you and all that kind of stuff. Either that or he's trying to wipe his snot off on you, one of the two. So that's but if you just dig around in my videos that's probably where you'll find Nellie Bell rolling around in the grass and that kind of stuff. It's just me being foolish in a lot of cases. Let's see. Oh, wow, we've almost gotten into 12 minutes on this, so that's impressive. We're getting through this somehow or another. But like I said, I wanted to put together a little video for Magog, and they have. I just wanted to say this: most popular YouTube channels are gaming channels. Not saying you have to be just. Yeah, I understand that. I mean, I really like Oxhorn. He does a lot of Fallout video games, and I kind of like Wooten when he was doing XCOM. But then again, they're funny. Their commentary is hilarious while they're playing, you know. Oh, and the Dans. They're doing Dark Souls, and like I said, they die every other moment. I mean, it's not even every episode. They just constantly die. But they are so funny when they're dying, which is kind of tragic when you think about it. Death is funny. That's so not good. But anyway, like I said, but I guess for me, if I'm trying to get into dice games, which you take a card and then you roll your dice, and your character either advances or retreats. It's a board game. What YouTube channels do you watch? Let's see. Let's see. Right off the top of my head, like I said, Oxhorn. I've been watching a lot of that. Ranting Monkey. I don't know if you know who Ranting Monkey is. Scribelight and Sasu 2 Cents are generally my go-to channels. Let's see. Of course, occasionally Philip DeFranco. Let's see. Oxhorn, I think I've already mentioned him. Wooten. Oh, I got to mention the boss. Have to mention my boss very, very much. Scribbler Productions. Like you said, I'm a brony, and one of my greatest joys is being a voice actor for My Little Ponies, the adventures there on Scribbler Productions. It's all fan fiction stuff, and basically I get to be a little pony by the name of Noteworthy. Now, Noteworthy is kind of a grayish guy with music notes for Cutie Mark, and basically, in the one video production that we're doing a lot of is No Place Like Home, where there is a mirror universe of Pony, of Equestria. And in the mirror universe, of course, Twilight doesn't become an alicorn, and the three tribes of Earth Ponies and Unicorns and Pegasi are still separated, and the Wendigos are basically running the show. So that's about pretty much it. I mean, that's I personally still kind of get freaked out listening to my own voice. So even though I enjoy my voice acting stuff and I kind of want to make it expand out a little bit more, I am seriously not great at listening to my own self. Well, I would agree that you don't necessarily call them tribes, but this is actually the canon. The people at DHX and Hasbro classify the three pony races as three pony tribes, not, So now, my personal question with that is a common question with a lot of them is where do the zebra figure into this? And we've only seen Zecora the zebra, and that's singular. But I would really like to see more of the Zebraland. I hate to say this, but I think certain political and cultural climates being as sticky as they are, we're probably not going to see the Zebralands. And that, I think, is really, really sad. I don't understand why people are. I mean, I understand why people are upset by stuff, but if you don't address or talk about the problem is not going to go away. I mean, if it was like a physical wound, it would be easy to fix. But this is both a spiritual, for lack of a better word, as well as a mental kind of problem. And until we decide we need to talk about this, it's not going to get any better. And if something is like My Little Pony can have a zebra character on it, and she's cool, and everybody around her is cool, and I don't see what the problem is about addressing issues like that. That's also where I'm kind of sad that we'll probably never see any more buffalo either. I think it was way back in season 1, they had bisons, and they were essentially Native Americans. But we've never seen them past that one time. Now, I think that's where the yaks of Yakistan have come in. And they're kind of a Mongolian sort of, Northern Asian kind of character. But it's like, but we have buffalo. Buffalo are cool, let's see. What about unless someone like you cares? Oh. No, I guess that's true. Of course, Dr. Seuss didn't like anybody, so I guess that kind of works out. I always found that interesting about Dr. Seuss. He loved his artwork and he loved making his bizarre rhymes, but he hated children and he disliked people. The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, Dr. Seuss, and this is the story I got, actually modeled the character of the Grinch off of himself and his dislike of what people celebrated Christmas underneath his little mountainside or hillside or whatever. And look it up sometime. There's a lot of videos actually on Dr. Seuss and his dislike of children, of Christmas, of the whole 9 yards. In fact, he wrote 2 versions of The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. One, which we know, where the Grinch goes back and gives everything back, and his heart grew 3 sizes that day, blah, 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 blah. But there's the original version, and the one he knew wasn't going to sell, was where the Grinch actually dumps the whole thing into a crevasse someplace, but the Who's still learn their lesson that it's not the material things, it is being together and being with family and all that kind of stuff. So technically, both stories, the lesson comes out. It's just that one has the Grinch being a hero, and the other one, the Grinch winning, but he's still the bad guy. So I guess that's just the way of that and how it works out. So, and that's basically what I can tell you so far is that's the story that I was given, and that's the story as I understand it. So, now I gotta admit, whenever I think of Dr. Seuss, the next fella I automatically think of for some reason is Mr. Rogers of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Fred Rogers. And I think Fred Rogers liked everybody at all times. I mean, not that he didn't get mad, not that he didn't want to see changes, but I just think Fred Rogers was a nice guy all the time. And wouldn't the world be wonderful if we all figured out how to be a nice guy all at the same time? I mean, then world peace does not sound as far off as we all would want it to be, I guess. You don't think the second would be? Yeah, no. Mainstream media would hate the second version. Well, actually, mainstream media likes the second version. Remember what I said was the original draft, The Grinch destroys all the gifts. It's the second draft that everybody is using. So, but that's the way of the world. Actually, I think that's when the movie How the Grinch Stole Christmas with Jim Carrey kind of alluded to that when he kept saying, "Oh, it's all just stuff. Why am I risking my life?" And of course, Betty Sue Who was actually in there, and that's why he saved the presents. It wasn't to save the presents, it was to save Betty Sue Who or Boo Hoo Sue, or I can't remember the name of the character now, but that's who did that. And this is amongst the dozens of little trivia TV stuff that I've collected up over the years that I really should ditch for something more valuable, but I have no idea what would be more valuable, because when you get down to it, it's all information and it's all screwy information to begin with. So that's just life. So, but at least now I can see how the chat works and that you can engage for quite a while, and it goes pretty quickly. I mean, almost a half of an hour with this. And, well, I appreciate my one like, my one thumbs up there. Let's see. Yeah, it's right up there. And I appreciate the questions and the comments and all that kind of stuff. And hopefully I haven't kept anybody awake or bored for too long. Like I said, I kind of enjoyed this. Might try this again some other time when I've actually written something down and all that kind of stuff. Let me get down here real quick. Now, just to let everybody get a little unscared, like I said, the character I'm looking for, I'm calling the Fool, and it's essentially, I'm hoping not too scary, but it's getting on Halloween, so we might as well just, there we go. But this is part of the character that I'm working on, and I wasn't sure how it would look, but it actually doesn't look half bad, I don't think. So, but like I said, I didn't know I was going to actually engage with anybody. Appreciate you all being here. If you do see this again, this is probably the Fool thing that you'll be seeing. So, I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to say thank you to y'all, and take care. God bless, and so on and so forth. See you on the other side.